Hey YouTube, happy Saturday. It is Go Battle Day, so good luck if you're doing your battles. Before I go over this team, I actually just wanted to talk about my best team that's coming out Monday that is not best anymore because of Tho and others who put out Surf Lapras. So my team that I've already shot the video for on Monday it was Lapras with Ice Shard, and then it was Frostlass and Runerigus, Double Ghost in the back. And Double Ghost it was a great team because what it did was it had Lapras and Frostlass for Diggersby. It had Double Ghost for Escav. It had sort of Double Ghost for any other fighter. Outside of like water and grass, Runerigus and Diggersby, which is like a normal typing, just like dominated the meta. And then Water Gun Lapras sort of killed that. So the team's still coming out Monday. So still check that out to see it in action. But I'm not going to be using that team today for Go Battle Day because there's Lapras everywhere. So I've got another team that I'm doing really well with. And it's built around Shadow, Frenzy Plant, not Frenzy Plant, Shadow, Razor Leaf, Abomasnow, right? So lots of ground in this. Lots of ground, lots of ice. So I went with that, and it's been working okay so far. And if it works well, I will showcase that later on, either Monday or Tuesday. But this team, Sudowoodo, Skarmory, and Gastrodon. So Skarmory was a nice one because a lot of people, again, there's some fire, but there's not a ton of fire. But otherwise, there's a lot of and there's not a ton of steel, right? There's not a ton of steel because there's so many counter users and so much ground in this, right? And Skarmory is a really nice option because there's a lot of just like I'm using Gastrodon here, but there's a lot of just Mudkip and stuff like that, just pure and Marsh Top, just a lot of ground type users. So having a flyer is pretty nice. And again, you're rough to steal, but there's not a ton of steel because of that. And if there is a bunch of steel, you beat that with Sudowoodo and Gastrodon. So Gastrodon I just wanted to try because I know the mud slap, right? So does great against steel. Sudowoodo, same thing, great counter user that also has a rock slide for other flyers and stuff like that. That Gastrodon would be hurting with the ground type moves. So let's look into the battles. The team did okay. Wasn't super amazing, and it's just because some of these Pokemon are Skarmory's very clunky, and it's interesting because I'm just gonna shield and farm down here. I've used Skarmory since season 1, season 2 with season 1 GBL. It was just everywhere. It was one of the best Pokemon to use, and I didn't realize how it's kind of like a Azumarill. It's very clunky to use. It's just Air Slash and Bell 3 type fast moves. It takes 5 to 7, and just it seems slow on the charge, and the Sky Attack does okay. But yeah, we'll get over that in some of the battles here. But Sudowoodo getting off Rock Slide, doing good chip damage. They need to throw the Earthquake because I don't think a Night Slash will take me out, so they do. That's fine. So that's where Skarmory can come in. And if you're weak to fire, you just beat that with a Mud Slap Mud Boy. So slapping this all the way down. They do land the play rough, which is fine. I do take it out. Gliscor comes back in. I will get this Body Slam off. They have to shield because they are super low. And one Night Slash is not going to take me out. I don't even think a second one's going to take me out, quite honestly. Skarmory is decently tanky, and just no answer. So it's a really good answer to Gliscor, right? Because Gliscor gets by. Why I think Skarmory is really strong this meta is because Gliscor and other flyers like that get by on having the Earthquake to land. And if you can't land the Earthquake and the wing attack is resisted, those Night Slashes are not going to do anything, right? And here we go again. They can land Blizzard here. And I may shield. Yeah, and I got baited, but that's okay. So I expected the Blizzard. And so the thing is, I think they land it now. I'm not going to double shield. But a Blizzard goes through, and it does, you're half steel, right? So it's only neutral. So it doesn't do too much. I mean, it does 60%. So it's a little rough, but you can get away with that. I don't think they can get to another one. No, this is just going to be a Mud Bomb, so I can definitely live this. And this is why you are a great answer to most of this ground. And out comes Escav. So I'm going to just chip this here with anything I can. Switch timer is up, and this is where this Pokemon is it's a really interesting one because it's not super tanky. This drill run's going to do a Mega Horn. Okay, so Mega Horn even worse, almost takes me out. You barely live. So it's a bit glassy. And the Mud Slap is obviously not a fast charging move, but the Mud Slaps are such a hard hitting move that you can do a ton of damage, right? So it was an okay Pokemon to use. It's just like an amazing answer to Steels. Why would you use this over like any of the other ones? You wouldn't. Like I would probably use Whiscash first. I would use Shadow Marsh Top if I had it, right? Those are the Pokemon that I would definitely use first. Catch a move here, even though I don't need to because I have a shield, but counter down for the rest here. So yeah, Gastrodon was just one of those Pokemon that I wanted to try. Runerigas, I should be going out here way faster into my Gastrodon here. Or my Skarmory, quite honestly. Either has play. I think Gastrodon's a little bit better, but even not. So yeah, I go over Runerigas in my Monday video. It's a good Pokemon. The problem is like it gets walled by Diggersby. You lose to Ice, which is rough, and now like a Water Gun Lapras is just going to take it out with ease. So it doesn't have as much play as it did, but those Shadow Balls hurt a lot. Skarmory is somewhat tanky. The problem is like you're half flying, so these ice still do a ton of damage. So I take that out. And I should have shielded here. I didn't know what they were at. I thought maybe it was a Body Slam, but it is a Water Pulse, so that it takes me out. It's gonna come down to what's in the back. But I'm thinking it's a Frost. I'm thinking it's the same. It's a very similar line to what I ran. Frostlass, Runerigas in the back, with something else in the front to beat you. Celio. Yeah, it's basically the same concept as the team I'm putting out. I use Lapras, Frostlass, Runerigas, and they use Celio, Frostlass, Runerigas, and I'm going to lose here. So this is how strong the team can still be, as long as you try and keep it away from your Lapras. So AMC and Lapras on lead. I mean, it's good that I have a counter user on lead. Gligar. Again, I'm very slow on the switch here. Like, Skarmory is the answer. I'm just chipping it. I don't really need to chip it because Skarmory should have a fine matchup, right? The wing attackers are resisted. They can only throw Night Slash. They can't throw... I'm guessing it doesn't look like it's a Purified, so they're probably running Aerial Ace or Dag maybe. Either way, they're not going to be able to do anything that matters to me. So Skarmory, if you want a super strong answer to... Gligar, Gliscor. I haven't seen many Flygons, but same sort of idea. Skarmory is definitely the way to go, and you have just decent matchups like elsewhere. So do get a Brave Bird off here, do a ton of chip damage. It's great. Come in here, easy farm down, shield the Surf because that would hurt. Just go full farm down here, come out with a bunch of energy, and then it will just depend what's in the back. But I'm looking pretty good. And it is Gliscor. So again, tough for Gastrodon to a certain extent, right? Because Mud Slaps are resisted, but I do have a Water Pulse. So if I can grab a second shield here, that's kind of good because I need to Water Pulse this. Or they take it out. I'm going to maybe have to try and catch here. No. Just take the move. At this point, I'm like, even though Mud Slap is resisted, oh, they don't even take me out. And we CMP. So, okay, now this has just made it much, much, much easier. Because Mud Slap is resisted on these flyers, obviously. So, when you have like a slow charging move, and even just to get to Body Slam, it's kind of rough. Like, this is not doing much at all. I could take Night Slashes. I could even take an Earthquake, quite honestly. But it's just a Night Slash. Just got to hope they don't boost. Throw the Body Slam. This will take it out. And then we'll... I think Gligar does not have much energy left. So one Mud Slap will take it out. Lucario Mirror Match. The problem with Lucario Mirror Match is just Lucario is so attack heavy. You get outpaced to the power punches. And I'm like, I don't really want to like take that. And then, so I came in here. And I don't really want to come in Gastrodon. Because I've got to imagine that if you have a Lucario, you have an answer to like a Mudboy, right? If you don't, it's not a great team builder because Lucario is just going to get lit up. And there is a Frostlass. Okay, Frostlass, and don't know what's in the back yet, but let's just get one Sky Attack off. Okay, that's fine. Here comes a second. They'll probably let this go, knowing that it's a Sky Attack. And then I'm probably going to come Gastrodon. I'm going to come right away. Yeah, that's actually smarter because I don't want to get farmed down unnecessarily, and then they come out with like 100 energy. So take one Avalanche. Does hurt. I'm going to have to shield the second one up, and then we'll hope that I can take what's in the back, but it is not looking good right now. And it is their own Marstop, which is a better version of what I'm using, and my Rock is going to have a really rough time with this, so this game is over. I remember trying to catch, and I did not catch at all. So would I use any of these Pokemon? Like I said, don't use Gastrodon, because if you have like Whiscash or Marshtomp, just use that. Skarmory is one of those like interesting one. Like, has good play against like the Flyers there. It has okay play against other things. It's just kind of slow on the charge and clunky. And Sudowoodo is like, why would you not just use Escav? is essentially what it comes down to. I'd rather just have, if you're going to be weak to some things, don't be weak to ground and water and fighting in a meta that is dominated by those things, right? So I don't think Sudowoodo is worth using either. Again, Skarmory, right play, cover your fire weakness, cover your steel weakness as your main things. So you may have noticed that I've got a new background and a new logo. I talked about it more in my Monday video because I shot my Monday video in advance. So there's still going to be 3 more videos with the old background that I've already filmed. So one coming out tomorrow, an Ultra League team with Mega Steelix. And then I have 2 Great League teams coming out in like 3 weeks because I did a bunch of Great League battles and I filmed in advance. So whenever those do come back around, I will showcase them when the Great League comes back, which is like, I don't know, 3 weeks time. So if you see my old background stuff come up, that is why. But otherwise, really digging this new background and the new logo. Clean, gets to a lot of things that people wanted me to cover, like the typings, stuff like that. Easier to read. So I really like it. I appreciate him putting it together for me. And that is basically it. So good luck on your Go Battle Day. Like I said, I for sure am starting running with Shadow Razorleaf Abomasnow. I had I'm shooting this on Friday, obviously. So I had 3 battles this morning with Abomasnow. I won all 3 so far. It's because I saw 2 Laprases with Water Gun, right? Because you got to play. You need to play for the meta you are seeing. The team that I'm showcasing on Monday really worked when the meta was not that, and now has shifted. So I've got something to deal with that. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a bunch of these other teams. And then what are we getting into next week? So I've got at least so I got Ultra League coming tomorrow on Sunday. I've got at least one Mountain Cup team coming on Monday, the one I just mentioned multiple times. I've got the Abomasnow team coming on as well. I also am finishing building up my Shadow A9 Tails for Ultra League, so I want to showcase that, so expect that to come. And then Open Master League and Little Cup. Okay. So, dust off your ducklets. Yeah, Master League and Little Cup. Okay, so we will do... Obviously, I cannot play Master League Open because it's not even Premier. Because Premier I can do because I already mentioned that I have a bunch of the Premier Pokemon built up. Dragonite, Metagross, Garchomp, Swampert, Machamp. I have a lot of just Premier level 50s. I do not have any Legendary level 50s, and I think that would just severely limit me in Master League, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. So Little Cup it is. I don't know if pvpoke has updated their Little Cup rankings yet. Oh, they have. Yeah, so if you haven't played Little Cup before, yeah, oh boy. Okay, so it's the same 5. Zigzagoon is new at 6, but it is the same 5 that have always been on the thing. XL Bronzer, which is just so tanky. Why not as your tanky counter user? Ducklet as number 3. I always say Dino as a Dragon Breath user, and Shelmet as your bug. Galarian Zigzagoon XL, interesting. What do you beat? You beat Wooper, you beat Vulpix, you beat Bronzer, but you lose to Why Not, Ducklet, and Cottony, right? So Cottony's got to be on here soon. Oh, I don't see it yet. Jangma, oh, Wooper's a normal. Wooper at 9 and 10 is the normal one that you usually see. Eevee, that is random. But Eevee loses to Bronzer, Ducklet, Cottony, Wooper. So that's not amazing. Nidoran female, I've used that a few times as a poison sting user. Great against your Cottonies. So Cottony's actually pretty far down on this list. Seal as a save swap. I think Seal, even though it's ranked 22, I think it probably should be higher than that because the Aqua Tail Ice Wing. Anyways, full team analysis coming on Wednesday for that. And yeah, I'll put up Master League teams, but I'm not playing it. That's it. So appreciate the comments, appreciate the thumbs up. Good luck on your Go Battle Day, and I will see you guys in the next one.